On today's episode, we get into Matt's big burritos, more CJI versus ADCC drama, our predictions for both organizations moving forward, GOAT versus GOAT, why some greats are respected while others are universally hated, and of course, more listener questions. Let's get into it. Fuck. Welcome back to the fucking pod, episode 41. Matt, what is going on, brother?
I'm late like my 16-year-old girlfriend in high school, dude. I'm sorry for being late, Kenny, but this Temecula traffic, and it was just a scare. She just tried to trap me, okay? She wasn't, okay? Had me all sorts of scared, but we persevered, and I didn't have a kid till my 30s. But I was scared because I wanted to break up with her. You know that?
Damn.
Yeah, she trapped me. Woo.
Gotcha, bitch.
Little bird. Anyways, I'm late. I was late. The traffic in Temecula is ridiculous.
Always, though. It's always bad. It'll be Tuesday at 2 o'clock and there's traffic.
It's like the 91 freeway now.
Yeah, it is bad. It
It's
is
like
that bad.
The 91 freeway in SoCal has been under construction since I was 7 years old. What the fuck is taking so long?
33 years of construction. It's wild too. It's literally from the checkpoint to the 215 split. It's not that. It's like
then it just opens up.
Yeah, it's like 5 miles.
You can't even see why there is traffic. Why are people slowing down? Because they want to look at the construction?
Yeah, it's so fucking
Is that
dumb.
what they're doing?
I have no clue, man.
Are they looking at the same posts in the ground that were up yesterday?
My cousin asked, because I call my cousin every day on my way to, like, leaving work, going to class. And he's like, how much longer you got left? And I'll look down at my GPS and it'll be like 1.8 miles, 18 minutes. And he just laughs. He's like, Jesus Christ.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm driving here and I'm like, ETA. I sent Kenny pictures of the traffic and he's just like, fuck. So maybe one podcast a day. We're getting through 2. I got fireworks to see next week. Even if one of them is short. Okay. And that's why. Okay. Look, I cut lanes. I'm like, I ain't waiting in this traffic no more.
Right.
So at Winchester, I'm like, I'm getting off. And I'm side streeting it. So I get off. I cut 2 lanes, get off, side street it. Boom, driving. I'm coming down Winchester thing. Everything is good. What do I hear behind me? Fire truck. Crazy behind me. So, what are you doing here? Fire emergency vehicle? You pull off to the shoulder.
Well, you're supposed
I
to.
pull off to the shoulder, but apparently with my blinker, by the way, I'm a great driver. It's what I do for a living. Okay. I pull off a cut in front of this car.
Uh-huh.
And obviously this guy is bumping music and he don't hear the emergency vehicle behind us.
Right.
And cars in front of me are pulling too, so they could hear it. This guy just couldn't. So he thinks I just cut him off. So I pull in front of him and we're all pulled off. He bolts right in front of me and tries to yell at me. But when he bolts back in front of me, he hits the fire truck.
No.
Yes. Fire truck. And then he freaking speeds up and pulls off to the side, and the fire truck keeps going. He's an emergency.
Yeah.
But they got cameras. I'm sure he's fucked.
Yeah.
And I just look at the guy as he's off to the side. I honk my horn, and I go, ha, ha, ha. And I just fucking keep on driving. Dumb idiot. And now I'm late. But we're here.
It genuinely bugs me when I hear fire truck and I pull over and I see people just they speed up. I'm like, fuck.
The trick is not to get in front of the fire truck. The trick is to jump right behind it. Because then you got a lead blocker.
Yeah.
And he's on all the lights are just ding, ding, ding. You just follow him to promised land. And also, Kenny, this brings in my fact that, like, I'm glad because this last week I did some real adulting. I did some adulting. I was like, I'm always about protecting my family and from a physical standpoint, stay the best shape I can be so I can protect them. Well, I started doing like some real dad, old school stuff. I started working on my family trust, and I talked to my lawyer, Andrew Worthing from Pacific Estate Planning. This guy hooked me up with, your boys got hooked up with a living trust.
Nice.
Trusted out, protected my family, locked me in, dotted the I's. No one's going to keep my money from me when I keel over and die. We're doing some wild stuff. So, if you guys want info on that, DM me. I could send you his way. Cool dude. Knows what he's talking about. This is not a plug. He's not a sponsor. I just wanted to give the guy a shout out because he really, really hooked me up. He also is helping me put my 401k with the financial planning in the right way. He's also, I have like over $20,000 in another thing, and he's helping me move that into a more fast moving account.
Okay.
So it's just a real smart play. Don't just be physically tough. Be smart so you can set up your generations below you or your kids. You know what I mean? So
building that generational wealth.
Hit me up if you want that info.
Matt, last week after the pod.
Okay. Also, the 1T thing.
Oh.
Okay. Fuck you.
Hey,
Kenny. Fuck you, dude. Okay? Because everybody just writes me with 1T now. It's like, it's been 40 years I've been saying MATT because I'm not a doormat. Okay? So it's Matthew 1T, but when I spell Matt, I just add the second T.
You said it on the pod,
I
bro.
know. That's legit.
So everybody's doing that out of respect.
My mom hits me and she goes, "You're original." I was like, "I already was, Mom. I already was, dude. I came out with big ass head."
I didn't need you to steal a T from me. I didn't need to be
You're
Matt,
unique.
low T Matt.
Yeah, low T Matt. Not anymore. Not anymore. I'm not. 3 T's, dude.
Matt.
My boy is teed up. But people DM me with 1T. People write me with 1T.
Yeah.
You just, in the little clips, Matt, and there's a freaking soft T on there. It's been 40 years. I'm literally thinking of just adopting and just start writing 1T. Because I could.
Yeah.
Easily just do it because I'm just making up a T.
Yeah.
I should just embrace it.
Go for it.
40 years in.
I thought you were letting it be known to the people. Like,
my base signature when I sign things is 2 T's.
Well.
Because I don't ever write Matthew.
You're right.
I don't ever go by Matthew. No one calls me Matthew.
I don't go by Kenneth.
Yeah, who would?
Yeah. Nobody. It's better than Ken.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hey, I know a Ken, dude. He's cool. So what do you got, dude?
So last week after the pod, Matt is talking to my wife and I in the kitchen, and he mentions how he gets these fat burritos from Del Taco. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about that, Matt?
Okay. All right. So we have a very vast people who listen to us. So if you don't know what Del Taco is, Del Taco basically is a Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Right. So in SoCal area, yeah. I don't know what other states are. There's some in other states, but there's not a lot. Del Taco is primarily a California thing.
It's Arizona for sure. I don't know about other states though.
So Del Taco basically is it's a fast food place in SoCal. And, your boy is, look at me. Your boy fancies some fucking Del Taco, okay? No beating around.
Yeah, but we're in Southern California with good Mexican food, and you're going to Del Taco.
But the Del Taco by my house is very, very, very June, very progressive. There's a lot of dudes that swing for the other squad, okay? I'm just going to put that way. Okay. Like, you know how Starbucks always have one?
Yeah.
We have 7 in this Del Taco. One of the dudes is transitioning into a female. Okay. Whatever, dude. That's your journey. Whatever you want to do. I don't know if that worked or not, but brother, I don't know. Okay, so one of the guys is transitioning. That's cool. He's not really looking like a female. He's kind of looking like to an old grandma, old Mexican lady.
Okay, he's just transitioning to an abuela.
An abuela. just to put a spin on what he's looking at. So I go there. All good. Whenever the fancy boys are working,
yeah,
the food is good. These boys can roll. They know their way around the meat. You know what I mean? They can roll the burritos. So I make my order. He's like, "We welcome to the taco." Now I'm like, "All right, cool, dude. Whatever." We go up. He hands me food. I reach for the food. We touch hands at the window. And it's like a kind of like a touch, and he has his nails done. They're like long, and we touch it, and we kind of like they kind of just like graze.
It's like an exchange of energy.
And he kind of looks at me, and I'm like, "Cool, dude. Have a good day." And he's like, "You too." And I'm like, "All right." It goes by about a couple days later, a week later, I go back to Del Taco. It's him at the window again, and I'm like, He's like, you want the usual? Now he knows me, okay? Now my man knows me. And your boy was a hoe in the 20s. So I'm like, I got to play this up. And I'm tight with the dollar. We all know that. So, you know, your boy is being extra nice to this Fruity Pants. And I'm and I'm just like, hey, how's it going? He's like, good, how are you? And I'm small talking him. I'm flirting with trannies now for fat burritos. And I tell you right now, my burritos have never been so big. My quesadillas, extra cheese. Everything is hooked up. This abuela is digging some Oast Nation. And Oast Nation is playing along. Because in this day and age, it is hard to make money. And it is expensive.
Fuck, if you ever start an OnlyFans.
Corinne's like, wow, they really hook us up here. And I'm like, yeah, honey. I don't know why. But
well, she knows now.
I'm getting Del Tacos for value taco price. Dude. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just can't quit. I can't quit being who I am, and I just being nice to the fruity guys.
Yeah.
All good.
So little CJI updates. The drama continues. I think it's there's been a shift just from Craig's attention towards Mo to now where it seems like it's a Mexican standoff between New Wave. Like none of the New Wave competitors have jumped ship to go to CJI.
What is the difference between a Mexican standoff and a regular ass standoff?
We'll Google it. I'll throw a definition in the bottom of this when I say that.
Because I have no fucking idea.
So it seems as if New Wave is holding their ground and they're all staying with ADCC. And we just had the Who's Number One card a couple days ago. And in that card, there was a B team female competitor against Gordon Ryan's girlfriend. She armbars Gordon Ryan's girlfriend, wins the match, and then Craig makes this Instagram reel that is just Gordon's face, just upset. Gordon's girlfriend getting tapped out. He's digging deep for the trolling, and I think he's having a lot of fun with this.
Look, I know he's having a lot of fun with this, but you still win, Gordon, because that looked like Gabby Garcia's little sister. She looked like Gabby's little sister.
She does.
You know, like there was no chance. Like this chick was genetically superior.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? I do like how they all wear the Bulls jerseys.
Yeah.
You know, as a Chicago Bulls fan myself, I do like that.
Would you rock that Nogi kit?
I might, but you can't put a big guy in red. It's fucking not. It's Mr. Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? It's jumping through like it's not a good look. But yeah, just because it's the Bulls, I might. But you can't base. Yeah, so okay, you beat Gordon Ryan's chick.
Yeah,
Gordon Ryan beat every one of you guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like Gordon Ryan's getting a lot of shit on right now, which I guess because maybe he sided with ADCC. But it was all good. It was all good until Craig sided up with this. Everybody was fine with what Mo was doing. Everybody was fine with ADCC until Craig put $1 million purse tournament out there. It's not like now everybody's like Gordon sided with the guy who's stealing money from Jiu Jitsu. No, you guys were all cool with it. An ADCC belt, an ADCC title was just good enough a month ago.
Well, here's what I think. So I think a lot of people put a lot of the, there's prestige in this tournament, but I think that narrative is quickly shifted. And I think it's almost poked holes in that argument. I don't think that ADCC holds the prestige that optically it did maybe 2 years ago or something like that, or for the last 10 years, because
I think it does. Because look at guys like Hodger. They've done ADC titles and he's done world titles gis. That's how people put him as like arguably the GOAT. Right. So it's kind of like it does. The ADCC is the best of the best do the ADCC. Now, is this year the best of the best doing ADCC? No, maybe the best is.
Yeah. I think even Nate had mentioned in our little group chat that there's going to be an asterisk next to the 2024 ADCC champion.
I don't think there's an asterisk because that's just the champion.
Right. But everybody's going to know not everybody that was the best of the best was in it that year.
It's true, but you can never take that away. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it happens in a lot of sports where, like, oh, it's just an off year. Oh, we thought we had Connor.
Right.
Versus Chandler. Oh, now we don't. Now, but like the card's still there. Like
Yeah.
the champion's still there. It's hard for me to like. Yeah, I get what CGI all for it. Make your money. Congrats, everybody's going. Who got invited? Got the invite. Get that $10K, $10,001. Go for the $1 million. But now how Gordon is like now the villain because he stayed with ADCC and with his friend.
I think Gordon's always kind of had the villain persona. I think people either love or hate him.
Well, 2 years ago, or about a year ago, when he was like giving people cards at who's number one, how he's going to beat the guy, then beating the guy, how he did it, he was like king.
Yeah.
People love Gordon Ryan, and now people hate him.
Yeah, I think
like I don't want to say hate, but they're like he's definitely CGI guys are on top, and he's on the bottom.
Yeah. It's been an interesting shift, but I'd like to now maybe get your predictions for the organizations as a whole. Where do you see, with what we know publicly about CJI and what we know publicly about ADCC, where do you see these two tournaments ending up, let's say, 5 years from now?
Well, ADCC is CGI. I didn't know. Is CGI going to be every 2 years? Is it going to manage?
No, he
ADCC?
said yearly.
Okay, so it depends on how they do. Obviously, I think they've sold out, or they're selling a fuck ton of tickets now.
Mm-hmm.
If it does good and they can get a legit sponsors for next year to fund, like, because I mean,
right now the money's coming from a person, but is that money going to be there next year?
Okay, the money. Okay, I'm not. This is not a spoiler alert. The money's coming from one guy.
Right.
I'm not going to say the guy. But the money's coming from one guy. Is that guy going to do it again? I don't know.
Right.
It's not Joe Rogan. Okay. Is it going to happen again? I don't know. So like, if they can get legit sponsors to come up with that bag again, and then they go again next year and ADC doesn't, that could be great for them.
Yeah.
If they decide, ADCC, maybe this year they take a hit, which it looks like they might. They're going to come back in 2 years. They're not done again. They're going to come back again.
Do you think Mo stays on with ADCC, or do you think they dump Mo at this point?
I don't know. I don't know.
From my understanding, is Mo works for whomever owns ADCC. He's not an owner. He doesn't have a.
They got so mad. And I talked about this last week.
Yeah.
They got so mad because it's his baby.
Right.
And I get that. But this is why all the major sports, UFC doesn't, but Dana White has got thick skin and he's good at this kind of stuff. Okay. All the major sports have, silver. You got the old guys like Tagliabue back in the day. All these NFL, baseball, all these commissioners are ex-lawyers.
Right.
They do the talking. They know how to talk. They do not put their foot in their mouth.
Right.
I think that if ADCC was to move on, they need to hire a real commissioner. Right. Someone who's like the voice piece and who can be and talk properly. Every major sport.
And who knows how to maintain their cool when they're getting grilled.
Every major sport has a professional
figurehead
commissioner.
Yeah.
And they're all have law degrees. And that's why, because they know how to use their words and they can structure their words correctly and they know how to answer questions on the fly.
Without incriminating themselves.
And they're hired. They're hired. It's like that black lady in Biden's team. You know what I mean? She just comes out and she knows she tries. She's putting out fires. She's trying her best. You know what I mean? If they put Biden out there, brother, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like, that's what happens. So I think ADCC needs to hire a commissioner.
Yeah, that might not be a terrible
CGI,
idea.
They're doing with Craig Jones, but if they want to be legit,
no, they have somebody else.
They need to have like
Craig Jones is just a figurehead but he's not the guy running it. He actually has somebody else running it.
I want to see it change to. Well, I would change the name.
I see,
because you're making it about me. You're making it about one guy. I would change it to something else if you want to build it even bigger.
Yeah, I think right now it needed that name attached to it because he went and
got the bag.
Yeah, it needed
and he's got
a hype train.
Yeah, and he used it for pub, and he used he built it off the slander of ADCC and Gordon Ryan.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I would definitely. But like this thing, but I think they're both going to be around. I don't think they're going anywhere. If I was guessing. What about you?
It's a hard one for me to say. I think if CJI, it's hard to say without seeing how it actually goes down. You know what I mean? Does CJI end up being something that's a well done production, or is it Firefest? Does it end up kind of hacky? Is the quality low? You know, so I think that's going to factor into it big time.
If it doesn't come back next year, okay. If CGI does not come back next year, and it's done, it's one and done,
right?
And you didn't win the $1 million, and you know, hey, I got to go through the trials again for ADCC,
right?
If these fighters that are in it now knew that? And they're just guys got on like, man, I'm in it. I'm trying to win, but I don't think I have I'm going to try, but so-and-so. There's one thing about jiu-jitsu. You cannot, it's not like you don't get lucky in jiu-jitsu. Right. When a guy's better than you and he fucks you up, he just fucks you up until you get as good as him.
Right.
So like, there's no like, well, if I can like, get lucky, I might be able to walk into one. Now you ain't walking into nothing.
Yeah, it's not a punch. There's no puncher's chance in jiu-jitsu.
When they say, "Oh, Gordon Ryan versus so-and-so," Gordon Ryan's a negative minus 1,500.
Right.
I'm like, okay, there's a good chance he's gonna win. Okay, because there's no like, oh, he's gonna run into a footlock. No.
Right.
Jiu-jitsu is you are what you are.
Yeah.
You get smoked by a guy, you get smoked by a guy. Until you can figure out what he likes to do, maybe you can find a wrinkle or a weakness in his game. But that doesn't mean he doesn't have a counter. So anyways, I don't think like I would like to see. I don't know, man. I just kind of lost where I was going. Where were we going with that?
Well, as far as the people that if you don't win CGI.
Oh, if you don't win CGI, are you gonna and it's not around next year, or are you gonna be like, dang, I should have stayed in my ADCC?
No, because they're already getting a bag. They're getting the same bag they would if they would have won ADCC just for showing up.
That one time.
Yeah, for money. Yeah, but they already said that they could come back. Mo already said that he's not banning anybody.
But are they going to get invited back?
No, he said they're going to have to go through the trials again.
Like I said, ADCC was kind of like an Olympics, kind of like a World Cup. It's kind of what they're trying to build it to be. And there's just not a lot of guys competing in the World Cup. It's kind of like when the USA said, we're only sending college people to play basketball. There still was the Olympics. We just didn't have our best guys out there, and we got fucking smoked. Then 92 came along, and there wasn't something going on, and they're like, all right, here comes Jordan, Barkley, Ewing, Pippen, and we fucking smacked you guys in Barcelona. Don't forget it.
The old dream team just... Yeah.
So, like, this is going to be an off year. I think they should keep it going. I think ADCC still has prestige. I think ADCC still is being an ADCC world champion is probably the biggest notch on your belt you can have in grappling or in jiu-jitsu besides an Olympic gold medal in wrestling.
Yeah. Here's an interesting question. This kind of tags into everything. What is the cost of being the greatest of all time? This is in reference to Gordon Ryan. So I had asked you, you're like, why is everybody piling on Gordon? You know, he's just sticking up for his boy. And I'm like, I think it's been unanimous. Like, yes, people might like Gordon as a competitor, but I think as a person, he's kind of an insufferable. And I don't mean that like in a disrespectful way. I think he intentionally does that. He's very good at what he does jiu-jitsu wise. And I think he's good at marketing to your standpoint where, you know, he knows who he is in the sport. So he's not afraid to like talk shit to anybody in the sport because he's like, I'll beat you. So what are you going to say? You know what I mean? Talk all the shit you want. I'm still going to beat you on the mat, you know? And I don't hate, who was it that he ended up slapping? Some guy in the backstage of a competition. Yeah. Was it Galval?
Yeah.
And so it's like he's also not afraid to stand up for himself. So I respect that, like as a man. But some of the trolling he does is just, it's not good. Like Craig Jones is funny with his trolling. Gordon Ryan's real cringy with his trolling. And I think looking at it from a different perspective, I don't think Gordon Ryan holds everybody's respect. I think you look at somebody like a Bucheca, who's also considered a greatest of all time. And I think universally, Bucheca is respected.
Greetings, listeners of the BJJ Balance podcast. We interrupt to deliver important news regarding the Craig Jones Invitational. Speculation is mounting that one of the remaining slots is reserved for none other than Marcus Bucheca Almeida, widely regarded as the greatest of all time in Gi Jiu-Jitsu. In 2020, Bucheca signed a multi-year contract with one championship, and since then he's achieved an impressive 4-1 record in MMA. With no new contract signed, rumors suggest that Bucheca has at least one more fight to fulfill his current obligations with one. Notably, the Ruotolo brothers, who are also under contract with one, have committed to CJI. This has led to the belief that one championship may be using this as leverage to secure a second contract with Almeida before allowing him to compete elsewhere in Jiu-Jitsu. Further fueling this speculation, a photo was posted to the CJI Instagram themselves showing Luke Rockhold and Bucheca with the caption, "Your CJI Finals." It remains to be seen if one will permit Bucheca to compete.
Bucheca's not running his mouth. He's not, getting into arguments with random fucking blue belts on Instagram in the comments. Like, Bucheca's just like, as you say frequently, I'm that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll let my actions do my talking. But Gordon gets real upset and real offended. And it's just, sometimes it's like, man, it's cringy to just kind of watch. It's like, it's not Connor level trolling. I think that's something that, like, I think Craig Jones has like that it factor as far as like the Connor, that level of trolling, that level of shit talking where it just comes off the tongue naturally. It doesn't seem forced. And I really feel like, and it never seems like they're upset. It never seems like anybody's ever like poked at Connor and like genuinely made Connor stumble because he was so, seeing red that he couldn't, respond properly. And I think Craig is the same way, but I think Gordon doesn't have that.
I think Craig Jones is a guy you want to hang out with.
For sure.
And Gordon Ryan's a guy you want to train with.
Okay. That's a good example.
Okay. So like, it's like, I want to party with Craig.
Yeah.
I want to roll with Gordon.
Yeah.
Or like to learn something from Gordon, even though Craig is spectacular also.
Right.
People forget how funny he is. The guy is also world class. I think last week I was re-listening to the podcast because I'm that petty. I re-listened to the podcast and I was like, yeah, I really should have said how good Craig Jones is also. He's not just somebody who can just get clicks from being funny. Like, right. He's top 1%er also from rolling, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Theoretically, if Gordon's not in the picture, Craig is, a lot of those championship accolades probably end up in Craig's lap.
But no pun intended, heavy lies the crown, right? Yeah. So what is Gordon doing to like, look at, he has not competed in the gi.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying he's not a black belt in the gi. He probably is a black belt in the gi, but is he top 1% black belt in the gi? Probably not. Okay. So like he doesn't do both. So you're going to get this half of it is being like, the gi guys are being like, you never fucking done it the right way.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's also American. So then this same half I just talked about is mostly Brazilian.
Right.
It was like, you never done it the right way.
Right. Whereas like a Mika Galvão is, competes in both and is phenomenal in both,
So is freaking,
Marigali,
and so does Bucheca, Roger Gracie.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys have done both. And Denver, Joao Assis has won in jiu-jitsu. He's also won 80cc. Hodger's 180cc with the highest sub rate, like 80% sub rate.
Damn.
And he's also a 7-time world champion in the gi.
Right.
Lovato Jr. has competed in both. These guys have done both. So they have the respect from both sides. It's undeniable. Gordon is basically
a specialist.
He's done no gi. Fantastic. He's not a guy who's competing all the time. He's like a special event.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm surprised that he competed at Who's Number One the other day.
Do you think that there is, as a man that's on testosterone replacement therapy, you understand the way that hormones play into your mental? Mm. And if you look at Gordon like 2007, 2008, he did not look like Gordon now. Clearly there's heavy PED use. He doesn't deny it. Do you think that the amount of PEDs that he used has affected his mental in any way, shape, or form? Do you think it makes him maybe more, again, the roid rage thing? I take testosterone, you take testosterone. I don't have roid rage. I think it's a personality thing. I think if you are already a hothead and then you take steroids, that it just intensifies that already. But if you're not that guy,
TRT is not also TRT is not steroids. Okay, like, and you and I are just taking enough to be normal. We're not like microdosing, or we're not like freaking,
right. Yeah, I take
blood doping.
I take 200 milligrams a week.
Same.
And if you look at like a bodybuilder, or if you probably looked at Gordon's test levels, he's probably like 400 to 600 milligrams a week.
I'm just trying to get a, spontaneous boner once a week. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying. That's it.
Yeah, I got one.
I didn't even want this. Check me out. That's all I'm going for. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to like. Now, when I competed a couple weeks back, did I wait for my injection day till the night before? Yeah, fuck yeah, I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And did I mentally wreck myself and being like, if I compete again, I gotta inject?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I probably did. So does Gordon have a mental thing like that? Maybe he's like, I have to have 600 in me to compete, or I'm not going to be the same. I don't know. But like, yeah, the brain is fucked up, man. Plays funny tricks like that.
Yeah.
And you got to know, if you're Gordon Ryan and someone's rolling with you, everybody's trying to make a name on you.
Craig even said that recently, and I think it was in the Joe interview that he was talking about how when he does these seminars, like he's like, everybody there is trying to kill me. Everybody there wants to be the guy that tapped me, and he's like, sometimes I'll let him get it, and he goes, and then we'll continue to roll, and then I'll get him like 3 or 4 times in a row, just so you know that I let you have that one, and so you're not going out there saying like, oh, telling all your boys like, oh, I tapped Craig. It's like, oh no, all your boys watch you tap Craig, but then they also watch Craig tap you 5 times in a row after that. So
that's being one of those guys in a seminar. That's what's hard about it. You got to roll with everybody afterwards,
right?
So for sure, that guy, I think it's, him being American is tough. Him being one-dimensional no-gi guy is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Him being kind of introverted is tough. You know what I mean? Like, I think having a YouTube channel is good for him. He's letting people know who he really is a little bit.
Okay.
But the problem is, I think some people don't like who he really is. I don't know. I respect his skill. I think he's getting unfair treatment for the bad management of how his friends handling a tournament.
I think he's also an easy target, but he does things that are hard to stand behind. So he is definitely out there saying, like, I've been shadow banned and I'm pro First Amendment. My First Amendment rights are being blocked. But I've also seen him actively clear his comments out of disparaging comments left on his page and whatnot. And again, it's his page. He can have whatever.
Do whatever he wants, right?
But you can't say that you're being silenced for your freedom of speech and then also go silence people for their freedom of speech on the exact same fucking platform. It's a bit contradictory.
There's one thing a guy who creates content hates more than anything. Especially a guy who creates memes or whatever.
Uh-huh.
If I misspell something in a meme, it's the worst thing a memer can do.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the next comment is the spelling correction.
I've had that happen.
You just delete that. You have to re-delete that meme and go again, or you gotta like delete the comments. Like, the only time I'm deleting comments if someone comes at me for my grammar.
Yeah.
Okay? Your guy, I'm a meathead. I don't smell great. I don't smell great or spell great. So yeah, it's his page to leave it on. It's his page. It's his format. So yeah, I don't know, man. I just think he's just not everybody's cup of tea, and people are figuring that out. Look at every douchebag in the world. All the greats were kind of douchebags. Joe Montana, kind of a D-bag.
Yeah. A lot of coke.
I'm kind of Dan Marino. I heard not very cool.
Really?
That's what I heard. I'm an MJ guy. Michael Jordan is my guy. I would never want to meet Michael Jordan.
You think it would bum you out?
Because I feel like if I met him and he freaking was mean to me, which I heard he can be, it would ruin my life. My whole childhood would be ruined.
Did you see somebody has a skit?
John Jones, not a cool dude.
Where they were talking about Michael Jordan. I think it was playing off of the doc that came out, the Last Dance doc.
Mm-hmm.
And in the skit, it was like there was somebody, like a guy that worked at the arena.
The gambling. And
Yeah,
like, that's my favorite skit, bro. I fucking talk about it. I watch that like freaking every Monday before class. That's like my favorite. Yeah, The Last Dance. I watched The Last Dance. I watched The Last Dance before I competed last week.
Oh, did you really?
A couple weeks ago.
The whole thing?
Bloodsport, Last Dance. Your boy had them all. Troy. Everything to get me ready. Your boy was watching it.
We had a listener write in, not on the questions, but it was kind of more long form. So I thought it'd be a fun topic to talk about, and not be like a listener question thing. So listener Justin writes, I've been training for 3 years, both gi and no gi. I'm close to not letting some of these 2-stripe white belts, quote unquote, work during rolls anymore. It's as if they land an Americana or pass my guard and they think they're hot shit. I like making them work for position, and I enjoy putting myself in bad positions that I can work on escaping. This benefits my game as well. When I hit that burrito big pressure and mount, they complain that I'm hurting their chin or crushing their chest. I'm to the point where I just want to smash everyone, not give up position, and make them earn it. Hell, I feel like when I started that I just got smashed for 6 months straight. Love the pod as always.
Justin, my brother, look at you're in your selfish jiu-jitsu phase. Is what you're coming in. That's fine. I was in that phase. I said last week, church didn't even like me. The guy we trained with, church didn't even like me because I was all business in my jiu-jitsu. You can be the nice guy and you can help lower belts, or you can just get your W's, bro,
right,
and smash the world. Like, that's fine too. Those guys, those guys are needed in a gym. You know what I mean? So don't feel bad for just being selfish with your game. And you only got an hour. You only got how many classes per week that you get your shit in.
Right.
What I like to do is I like to smash the lower rank guy. When I first ever roll with him, I'll smash him. I'll beat him real fast. Just to let him know, hey,
this is where I'm at. This is where you're at.
This is what happens.
Right.
And then I will roll with them again, and then I will kind of help them during the roll.
Right.
That's different from like, I'm not the black belt that's like, okay, now you got, I'm getting smoked.
Right.
I'm getting smoked. Like, wait.
Yeah.
Now do this.
Yeah.
I'm never that guy.
Right. Let me get the dub out of the way first.
Yeah.
So you know.
Never that guy. I'm not going to like give you, like ruin your victory over like me starting to coach you as you're starting to beat me. I'm not that guy. But I like to win first. And then I'll be like, okay, fortunately enough, I'm decent enough now where I can make the exact same round happen again.
Uh-huh.
And then I'd be like, last time I did this, and then now, and you did this, and so I went here. Now when I do this, I want you to grab this.
Gotcha.
See how you stopped it?
Yeah.
Now roll me. Oh, and I kind of So my second time, so smash first, and then make up.
Walk them through where they made the mistake of letting you smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah. So you can do both. I do both, or you could just be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm in my selfish phase, and there is a selfish phase. You can be selfish and just get your work in, get your necks, and go home.
I think you can kind of flow through those too. There was a point in time where I definitely was more of the helpful, and then I kind of realized that like this is when I was still white, like a zebra white, and I'm like, I'm a white belt. It's not my job to show anybody anything. In fact, I don't think my professor wants me to show anybody anything. I just need to try to work. So if I'm going to run through these, other white belts, and I'm going to run through the other white belts, like I just have to do that, And I even feel bad about like, I don't want to do that as a blue belt. Now, if it's like a fresh white and he's making like real basic mistakes, like let me hey, you're not making any sort of frames, or you're not, hip escaping anything at all. Like, let me point little things out, or I'll just say like, hey, you do that really well. Like you had good top pressure, like work on that more, because develop that. You're heading down the right path.
Right.
Yeah. But I try not to try to show technique or anything like that, because I feel like that's frowned upon as a blue belt, and I want to be respectful of my professors. I don't know what belt
Justin is, but if you're kind of like a blue belt or whatever, if you're not, like, even if you're a purple, say like, hey man, like, if someone asks you for any advice, you just be like, look, man, I'm only a purple belt. Like, I'm trying to learn myself. Like, that's a good question for professor so-and-so or coach so-and-so. Like that's the play I'd play.
Yeah.
And then say like, this is what I did though. Like you posted here and I did this. You could take that knowledge, whatever way you want to take it. But like you were posting here. So it was easy for me to like break you down here.
I think where he's getting frustrated is not necessarily like rolling with somebody and then like we had mentioned many pods ago where you're like, today I'm going to work on arm bars only. I'm only going to submit by arm bars. If I don't beat you by arm bar, I don't win. You know what I mean? So if he's trying to develop a certain game, put himself in a certain position, and he happens to get caught while he's really focusing on working the position, and the other person starts to celebrate or almost boast about it,
you got to let that roll off, bro.
Yeah.
Like I get that. Like, you got to stop that. Like, it sucks.
You know.
It sucks, bro. And let them go home and let them be happy and let them tell people and let them do whatever you do. The ways you can nerf this is by competing and winning. And then you're like, dude, I have nothing to prove in here.
Right.
I'm getting better in here. Right. I have nothing to prove. Look at the medals I got.
Right.
Where's yours?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's times, but like, yeah, don't feel down because you're trying to evolve your game. Sometimes a really, really competitive comp class. Oh no. Sometimes a really, really competitive comp class can really stunt your game because everybody's coming at each other so hard that like their competition is like, so like no one wants to improve or develop something new.
Right.
So like, that's why you use your white belts to develop the game. So if the white belts are catching you in the game that you're trying to develop, that's good for them. And they're doing what they're supposed to do. So you just got to level up that game that you're trying to improve. So keep trying new stuff. That's what practice is for.
We got a technique breakdown.
Who's got a better fucking mullet? Me or Wristlock Johnny?
That'd be a tough one. I'd have to see.
Wristlock Johnny.
I feel like he's got some time on you.
Wristlock, yeah, I feel like he's had this in third grade.
Yeah.
Wristlock Johnny
friend of the pod
looks like the guy who's, was conceived in a freaking Trans Am.
That's a mullet. That's not a fashion statement. That it came out like that.
That's bloodline.
Wrist like Johnny. I actually held on to this because this was his Cinco de Mayo clip, but I thought it was good.
Is he wearing the Cholo MMA?
He is.
Okay.
He is.
Those guys are cool as shit. They want to be on the podcast, by the way.
Oh, dope.
This is Wristlock Johnny with your dirty move of the month. In the spirit of Cinco de Mayo, this month's dirty move I like to call the Mexican bolo tie. So sometimes we have a stubborn fool when we're trying to break him down to Darson. We can step up and with zero technique, wreck our knee into their neck. Don't be that guy.
I'd be that guy. That's like a punch choke with the kneecap.
I saw this and I was like, that is so a Matt move.
That's a punch choke with the knee. I'm all about that. So yeah, Wristlock Johnny, me and you kind of have like a very similar style.
He's like a not burrito big version of you.
He is. He does a lot of like mean bully shit. And I kind of dig that. So yeah, definitely. I know he said he wants to collab with me on a video. You get this SoCal, bro. We'll definitely collab on a video.
He said that just before the ADCC, he's going to go watch ADCC in Vegas. He says the week before ADCC, he thinks he's going to make a trip out to San Diego for a little vacation. So maybe we'll
we
set
could do
something
a collab at Dedicated or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Have him on.
Yeah, that'd be a fun pod.
Guys, here's why your hormones suck.
If you're listening to this, then chances are you may be one of countless guys who are struggling to see the results they want in the gym, in the mirror, or even in the bedroom. Most guys are focused on testosterone. However, that's only 50% of the answer.
Without adequate growth hormone
And its end result, growth factors, you can't optimally absorb the testosterone you have, no matter if it's synthetic or natural.
that's where BioPro Plus comes in.
BioPro Plus fills in what you're missing out on to help maximize your performance in the gym and even how you look in the mirror without any needles, side effects, or doctor visits, all at a fraction of the cost of synthetic treatments. Over the last few years, BioPro Plus has been taking the medical community by storm as a faster, easier to use, and 100% safe alternative to prescription HGH and peptide treatments. It's become an underground favorite for professional and combat sports athletes and has been featured in Men's Journal, Muscle and Fitness, and even venture capitalist magazines.
Simply put, BioPro Plus is getting real guys, real results, really fast. Check them out and enjoy your new look on life.
Listener questions. Tony the Savage, if you could go back in time, what is the one martial art that you would prevent from being invented?
You know, I'm going to say it now because they're really pissing me off lately. Filipino martial arts.
Don't
dude.
dive too deep into that because next episode, I have that clip.
Okay. Well, then, besides the second to tune in next week, dude, I'm going to say that one where they just kind of, the guys just use their
Aikido?
feng shui. They're like the presence can knock people over. Have you seen
Oh,
those?
no. Yeah, I mean, I know what you're talking about. The McDojo shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what
that
they call it.
fake
But,
ass fucking Wing Chun.
right.
But I like all martial arts. This is what I'm trying to say. I like all martial arts, and I'm gonna talk more. I'm gonna go off next week. But I like all martial arts. I think every martial art was designed for something.
Yeah.
Like I watch Only the Strong. You know, banana way, na na na. You're no santo. I watch all that shit. Okay, your boy likes fighting stuff. Can we
get what's there's like no resurgence. They've done so many remakes of movies in the last like 10
Crouching
years.
Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
What's his name? Chung Lee or whatever his name is. He ruined it. He
Yeah.
ruined martial arts movies. Start flying up, running up trees and shit. You ruined it.
We haven't had a resurgence of like 80s action martial arts films.
Yeah, don't make like MMA movies and stuff like that. But like I said, a good Chuck Norris movie, a good Jean Claude.
Do you think it's because MMA has debunked a lot of the mystique behind?
To them, they haven't. To them,
Yeah.
we'll see that next week. There's one. Okay, this is not. You know, I'm gonna talk about it twice. This Filipino guy. This is not the guy you're showing me. Another guy.
The
'Cause
white
now-
guy? The old
The
white guy?
guy, the white hair.
Yeah.
He's like, why MMA? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's sports. This is real life. I'm like, oh, fuck you. He's
And
like,
then he talks about, I'm also a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, so I know what it's like rolling around on the ground in the pajamas and blah, blah, blah. But if it's maybe I can prevent it from even getting there. And yeah.
no one's ever challenged me. I've asked people, come challenge me, and we'll fucking see what the real one is. Hey, bro, come here. I challenge you. I fucking challenge you, dude.
I will tag him in this.
Give me a fucking stick too, okay? I'll take a stick. You can fucking take a broomstick. I'll meet you in the fucking middle, and I'll fuck you up, dude. I used to watch ECW. I'll go fucking Sandman and fucking rack that shit over your fucking head. Russian leg sweep, and then we're on the ground. Then we'll grapple, and I will make you lick your own asshole. You're a disgrace to martial arts. You are lying to your students. No, okay. Well, next week. Next week, dude. Next week.
That was a taste.
That was a taste.
If I could get rid of any martial art, I would say because it loosely counts as one, and I just don't see the benefit of it. And I've seen what's the one that the old people do?
Kung Fu?
No, it's based off of that though.
Cardio
the
kickboxing?
slow fucking.
I don't know. That's like kind of like the kata shit. Like it's like meditating.
Yeah, but
dancing.
do you know what I'm talking about? Oh fuck. It's you see like old people in the park doing it in like a group of like 20 people or whatever, and they fucking
But it gets old people moving.
Tai Chi, yes. So I've seen it at Tai Chi competition where these dudes were standing, and these are younger guys. They're standing next to each other.
Oh, and they use the body weight to like.
Yeah, and he just kind of shifts, and whoever like shifts off their feet first, the other guy gets the point. I'm like, that is so fucking cheesy. That is so fucking cheesy.
Yeah. So is brick breaking and all that kind of shit. That's fucking whack.
Ed_925, my professor always asks me to pair with the trial class guy and new members of the academy. I'm a 2-stripe white belt that is 2 years into my journey. What's your take on this?
That means he trusts you that you're not going to hurt the new guy.
That's what I think too.
That means he trusts you. That is a good thing.
Well, that too, I think also if you try to stick them with like a blue or a purple or something like that, maybe it could be a little intimidating for them. So if you're throwing like a seasoned white belt at them, it's less intimidating. They're going to be a little more comfortable, but he's also not worried about you just smashing the fuck out of them.
Yep, because he could have some guys that are in their selfish face.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just talked about that. So like he gives you him, you're probably good with people, you probably help them out a lot. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Whenever I have a new guy in the class, legitimately, it's a joke. I'm gonna make a laugh afterwards, but I go, hey, so-and-so is new. It's his first day. What do we do? And everybody goes, fuck him up. That's what I like to say. But like, it's, he trusts you. That's a good. If you trust you, that means you're a good student and you're not going to like make them quit or smash them. And you make jiu-jitsu fun for them.
Yeah. Good for the Soul BJJ asks, what is your preferred streaming method for listeners of the pod, YouTube, Spotify? I would say currently, just because we're trying for the YouTube partner push, YouTube, basically we are at our Watch hours goal already. We just need more subs. So we need 1,000 subs. I think we're a little over 700 right now.
Subs get me in tubs, dude.
Yeah. Yep. We hit 1,000 subs. Matt's taking that burrito big body into the ice bath, and that will end up on the YouTube.
It is not going to look good, dude. Like I said, my burritos are fat.
Del Taco's hooking him up. So, yeah.
You think what I'm thinking, buddy?
Aim for the bushes, my
Aim
man.
for the bushes, everybody. My name is Matt. This is Kenny. Follow me at Oast Nation BJJ. Follow Kenny at Freak Party BJJ. Follow us on Discord if you want breaking news or insight or get your questions definitely answered 100%. You put them in the suggestions tab and we will answer the questions of the pod there. Like Kenny said, follow us on YouTube. YouTube is close. You want to see my moves? YouTube is where it will be because I will not wear a shirt. Brandon McCaffrey. I will get in there and let the ladies out. And then we'll hit that not for kids tab too on that one. Number 2, Kenny will post them on TikTok soon. This is what I want you guys to do. As you're driving, I want to get you guys followers also. And I want to share you guys. So when you're listening in your car, take a picture, screen grab it on your phone, then tag the podcast and tag Oast Nation or Kenny, Freak Party BJJ, and we will reshare it so we can like help you guys grow. We like growing, but we also want to help you guys grow. The kit giveaway is live right now.
No.
Is it over?
I pulled it right before this episode.
Never mind.
So, winner of the kit of the drawing was at Squid Vicious BJJ. However, he messaged me after he entered and he said, if I win, give it to one of the people that I tagged. So I did that. I looked at who he tagged and one of the people also tagged him back. So because of that, the giveaway is going to go to Greg Patura, at Greg Patura.
At Greg Patura.
And you can go ahead and thank your buddy Squid Vicious BJJ.
Greg Patura, DM the podcast, get your sizes and all that good stuff in there. And then we will message Level Black and we will get that all worked out and get you your details. So just email the podcast, your details, address, all that good shit.
Yeah, size, address.
We'll get it sent to you. Once you get it, tag the podcast, take a sexy picture, we'll reshare it. And we got more giveaways coming. So congrats to you, brother. I thought the thing was still going. See, I don't know what's going on right here, but I'm glad we got that squared away and we got our first winner out there. That's good. So aim for the bushes. My name is Matt. This is Kenny. He'll post on TikTok soon. We'll catch you guys later. Talk to you later. Os.